All right, now I got this texture on my screen. I'm gonna cut a square out of it. Okay, so this marquee tool is a good tool to select something of a certain shape and then cut it out. Okay, if I click and hold the marquee tool, I can have a rectangle, a circle, and all other different shapes of my marquee. And a marquee is just a selection you're going to see in a second. So rectangular marquee tool selected. I'm going to hold down shift while I draw a square. Well, I'm going to click, hold, and drag. Shift, make a square about yay big. And you'll see these little dotted lines, these marching ants marching around. So once I have that selected, I'm going to pull it out of there. Okay? There's a bunch of ways to do it. I'm going to just copy and paste that selection onto its own layer. So here's this texture layer. Watch. Control C, Control V. I copied and pasted. Look, it's right here. I'm going to un-eyeball that layer. Here's the square. This, I can right click it and delete that layer. Delete. Okay, so now with my move tool selected and this layer selected, here's my square. I'm going to start to build a cube. Ready? So I got one side of it. I need a top. It's going to go like this, a cube off that side there and off the side here. So I need a top, a bottom, and a side, or a front, a top, and a side. So with this layer selected, I hold down Alt on my keyboard. Watch, Alt, and I drag. I got another one up there, and Alt, drag again. I got one over here. So you're going to make your three sides. I'm going to rename these. Look, that's going to be my front. Double click the words, front. Eyeball. That's the top. Double click the words, top. To the side. Double click the words, side. Got my top, side, and front. So I'm going to do the side first. I'm going to like make it go up on an angle like this. Okay. So I'm going to Control T. Control T lets me change the size of something. It stands for transform. Okay. I can go edit, transform, or hit Control T. If I hold down Shift, it's going to just squeeze it in half. Watch, Shift. I'm dragging and stretching, right? So I'm going to get it to about half the size with Control T, grabbing a side dot, holding Shift. Okay, now I'm going to right click in this area and hit Skew. And I'm going to skew it from the center. Watch, I'm getting that. So I skewed it. Enter. Let's get the top. Control T. Hold down Shift. Drag it from the center. Bring it down to the, watch a line appear on the right. Ready? Watch this line. It locks it. See it? That line? Locked it. Right click. Skew. Center dot. No shift. Center dot. Make it touch. Great. Okay, it looks like a cube, but it just looks like this weird shape too, if I didn't know it was a cube. So I got to change some lighting and shadows on these tops and sides. Make it look like a cube. So I'm going to stay at the top while the top layer is selected. I'm going to go to Image, Adjustments, Brightness, Contrast. And watch what the top layer looks like. So make it a little darker. Say OK. The side, Image, Adjustments, Brightness, Contrast. Make it even darker. Great. Now it feels like a cube, right? Now it looks like it's the right thing. Okay? That's how you make a cube. I'm going to put a letter on it just for fun. T. I'm going to put J for Joseph. I'm going to highlight it. I'll make the font bigger. Here's my letter. I could Control T that letter and make it even bigger. Move it around. Enter. Great. I could double click the layer of the letter and do some stuff to it. Maybe I want to make a different color. Look, color overlay. Lets me change the color of things. See, it's red. Blue. Okay. I could use a bevel and emboss. A bevel and emboss is a fun one because it kind of gives it some shape. See, it's got like some kind of 3D shape to it now. Double click the words bevel and emboss, or single click them. And I can change the inner bevels, outer bevels, the size of that thing. See, it looks like it's kind of like pulling away from that background. It kind of has the texture in it, right? So there's all kinds of different things you could do. So just fool around with those things, get a letter on there, say okay. That's it. That's how you make a cube.